Hello, beautiful people. What's going on, friends? My hair is wet because I just took a shower. What are we gonna do? I've had a lot of people asking me, what do I eat in a day? What do I eat in my day-to-day life? So I figured I would make you guys a video of what I eat in a day on the weekdays, you know, give or take. So hopefully this serves as some source of inspiration for you. Also, you know, maybe we can just have some fun along the way. I know I will, because I'm gonna be eating these as I make them. It's a good day for me. Let's do it. First up, we've got some good old-fashioned oatmeal. I know a lot of people like to cook their oats in plant-based milk, which is great, go for it. I just don't always have it lying around, to be honest. So in the morning when I'm groggy, I just wanna put water in there and we jazz it up later, so it's fine. In the morning, I'm really not a morning person. I'm pretty darn grumpy in the morning, not gonna lie. But oatmeal is a really great source of fiber. Depending on what you put in it, you get a good source of protein, potassium, so all kinds of good stuff. I like to use mashed banana because it's a zero added sugar option to give you some nice sweetness. It really brings up the flavor in your oatmeal. I like to take a healthy scoop of peanut butter. I like to use 100% peanut butter because it's only peanuts. That is the ingredient. And that's how I like to keep, again, the added sugar out of this recipe, but do you. You can use a different kind of nut butter. The options are endless. Make sure you mix it in while it's still hot, still warm, because that way the nut butter will get evenly incorporated into the oatmeal. Lastly, we're gonna go ahead and put some fresh blueberries. I like to add some fresh strawberries. And this is a point of controversy. I know it. Before you even type it, let me just say, I use whole flax seeds. I have learned recently through people commenting that ground flax seeds are actually the easiest way for your body to digest all of the nutrients. I will do that moving forward, but what am I supposed to do with this tub of flax seeds that I have? I gotta use it up. Okay, all right. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon and you are all set. Oh, and I love it when you mix it all together. You get the nice punch of a blueberry, the right hook of a strawberry, the sensual nature of the nut butter, and the oomph from the mashed banana. Pretty great way to start the day, you know? It's delicious, it's fantastic. I usually use 1 cup of old-fashioned oats and that'll give me 2 servings, one for me, one for my dear sweet Aria. But if you're just making one for yourself, you can just do a half cup. Or if you want a huge helping, do a full cup. Live your life, you know? So for lunch, we're gonna be making a tofu sandwich. I press my tofu to release some of the excess liquid and it helps it to take on the flavor of our marinade. I don't always get to lunch because sometimes I eat breakfast late and then I'll have an earlier dinner. When I do make lunch for myself, I don't have a lot of time to be messing with the oven, so I like to just pan fry my ingredients. We slice the tofu into small 1/2-inch rectangles so it cooks and absorbs flavor faster. For the marinade, we're gonna keep it simple with some olive oil, maple syrup, soy sauce, garlic powder, and a dash of liquid smoke, and then just some salt and pepper, and we mix it up. Then we're gonna pour the marinade in between each slice of tofu to ensure that they're evenly coated. You want it to get every nook and cranny. I don't always get to lunch because sometimes I eat breakfast late and then I'll have an earlier dinner. But when I do make lunch for myself, I don't have a lot of time to be messing with the oven, so I like to just pan fry my ingredients. I drizzle a little bit of the leftover marinade into my pan over a medium-high heat. There's oil in there, so that works perfectly. And then I just cook the tofu for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I like mine really crispy and even a little charred, but you can just cook yours however you like. In a bowl, I just toss some kale with some of the marinade, and it's really important to massage your kale with at least some oil because the texture will be less brittle and tough. It's a serious kale pro tip. Go ahead and get your favorite bread, and we're gonna zhuzh up this bread by adding some vegan mayonnaise, and then I just put some fresh basil leaves right on there. You can also blend them up in the blender, but I didn't want to deal with the mess. And then you always lose some, you know, it gets stuck in the crevices. I just put the basil leaves right on there, and it's delicious. Pile on some cherry tomatoes, your kale, and the tofu. If you're feeling really brave, and you think your mouth can open that wide, you can also toss in some avocado on there. So that's my easy lunchtime sandwich, and I hope you enjoy it. It's delicious and it's easy. And in this case, I split this in half and shared half with Arya. I would normally eat the whole thing myself, if I'm gonna be totally honest with you, but I love the man and he was here, so. And we're making 3 meals in a row, so let's be honest, I don't need the whole thing right now. And then finally, for dinner, this is one that I make all the time. Super customizable, as is the theme. But what we're gonna be making here is a delicious black rice grain bowl. I love making grain bowls, especially for dinner, because you can just line up all the veggies that you have and pop them in at the same time, or, you know, depending on what their cook times are. I'm usually a bad girl and I'll just kind of throw them all in there and hope for the best. The best part about this dish is that it's different with each season and depending on what I have around the kitchen, so it never gets old. It also doesn't require your tending to the food for the duration of the cook time. You just kind of toss everything in a baking sheet and let it cook. I keep the seasoning fairly simple for the veggies, just olive oil, salt, and pepper, because I have a delicious spicy peanut dressing that we're gonna top it all off with. You just mix the veggies halfway through and put together the dressing. If you aren't already cooking with black rice or forbidden rice, woo, you gotta get on that train, baby. It is by far the most nutrient-dense rice of other varieties. I just use my Instant Pot to cook it. You could also do it on the stovetop. I've done both. The Instant Pot just makes it impossible for me to mess it up, so that's what I normally use. And if you've seen my last video that I did with Arya, you probably know that I love this peanut sauce. This is a slightly different spicy peanut sauce than the one that Arya makes for the spring rolls we love. This one uses peanut butter. Again, I use the 100% peanut butter, sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, soy sauce, sriracha to your desired level of spice. I like my onions crispy and crunchy, like to the point where they're almost charred to the bone, but I usually try not to over roast the other veggies to try to keep as much of the nutritional value as possible. Now all that's left is to assemble. This is a great starter dish for anyone who's new to a plant-based diet because you can focus on the vegetables that you love the most, you can switch in or out any dressing, and the black rice is so incredibly filling and nutritious. So there's no worries of you not being full enough, which I feel like is a big concern I hear from people before they've actually gone plant-based. It's a great dish to make for company or for your family as well because you can just make a big bowl of the black rice and set out a bunch of different roasted veggies and let people build their own bowls however they want. It has become something that we enjoy and that we eat all the time. I probably make this like 3 to 4 nights a week. And it's just simple, it's easy, it's fun, it's customizable, so it never gets old. And tried and true, very healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed this and maybe learned a cool recipe or two. Please like and subscribe, and I will be coming up with more of these for you. Let me know what else you'd like to see. I'm happy to please. Mwah! Love you guys. Go drink some water.